This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Gray skies, even some fog right now, but a break in the precipitation. There is more back to our west. I'll let you know if we'll see more of that today and what it looks like for tomorrow.
Protesting for safety, local students walk out of class in opposition to Customs and Border Patrol operations.
And trickling in, now that the federal government shutdown is over, the TSA is finally beginning to receive their paychecks. But not everyone is celebrating. We'll explain why.
A lot to tell you about this noon hour. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Chris Lemongood. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, cloudy with a small chance of rain this afternoon. A bit of a cold front is pushing through with a chance of storms and rain. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with our chance for rain and storms tomorrow, Elizabeth.
That's right. So we still have rain in our forecast for tomorrow, and that's where we could end up with some weather that could create some issues, especially during the afternoon. Let's talk first about what's happening right now. Most of the viewing area is dry. We have some rain that's up into Virginia, but developing back to the west as well. The bulk of the computer models show that staying away from us, but we do have one or two that show some of that rain moving in a little bit later on this evening, so we can't completely rule that out. We have a warm front that has lifted north across our area, and we have wind coming out of the south, so that's making things a bit warmer for us this afternoon. Eventually, this cold front that's over Oklahoma and Texas comes swinging through tomorrow, and when that happens, there's the potential for thunderstorms, and so that's why we have a weather alert day for tomorrow. Let's get through today. Right now, we're looking fairly dry. As we get through this afternoon, we have the chance of a few isolated showers. This version is a little bit drier than some of the other ones, so an isolated shower is not out of the question. There's 11 o'clock at night and midnight with some rain. How about tomorrow morning? So this version of Futurecast has rain coming in early in the morning. This is 7 a.m. and moving on out by 9 a.m. when the parade starts. And of course, we're nice and dry there at lunchtime. But a different version of these computer models show some rain during the parade, so I think everybody's really got to plan for it. This is also showing minimal thunderstorms during the afternoon, but again, we have the potential for some stronger storms in the afternoon. Not necessarily severe, but we're looking at a round of rain in the morning and some thunderstorms in the afternoon, and that will cover the entire viewing area. The big thing is a lot of people will be outside during the afternoon for the Duke and UNC game. I'll show you the timeline that we think for the rain and what to expect for tomorrow afternoon coming up.
All right, sounds good, Elizabeth. Thank you. Do you want to talk about a student walkout that we have been reporting on in Durham right now? Let's go live right now to Monica Casey. She's been following that story for us. Tell me a little bit about it. I can see there's quite a few people behind you there, Monica.
Yeah, Chris, we're seeing about 100 people here in CCB Plaza behind me in Durham. They're here to protest the presence of Border Patrol agents in the Triangle earlier this week. We have spoken with students who are here from J.D. Clement Early College, the Durham School of the Arts, and Southern High School. These students tell me they wanted to stand in solidarity with each other after what they say was a difficult week in Durham. I spoke with one student, Heavenly Williams, who organized a protest at Southern High School yesterday and then came here. She shared why this issue is important to her.
Most people come to America to escape like horrible things in their country or to build better lives for their families because they want their families to have good futures. So I feel like this situation is a really big thing because who are we to deny people good futures? Isn't America about home of the brave, the American dream? Who are we to deny people of good futures?
Now, these students walked out of their schools today for this protest. I spoke with Durham Public Schools about what attendance has looked like this week. On Monday, before any immigration action, DPS had about 17% of their students absent. On Tuesday, that number jumped to 27% of students absent. And the latest data they have is of this Wednesday. That number jumped all the way to 29% of students absent. present at DPS this week. So clearly an impact here. This large crowd here behind me has only been growing since about 11:30, and they say they will be here throughout the afternoon. Live in Durham, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
And tonight's Durham tree lighting is postponed, and this is in response to recent immigration operation and protests like the students you saw back there. Durham city leaders say this decision was made over safety concerns. Protests are also expected to happen later today in Durham, aside from the ones we just showed you. The tree lighting is now scheduled for December 6th.
New at noon, a TSA agent at RDU tells us they are starting to receive partial paychecks following the government shutdown. You may remember they were without pay for several weeks and only started to see that money today. WRAL's Carly Haynes is live out at RDU. Carly, they're starting to get these checks right before a very busy time for travel.
Airports are anticipating record travel heading into this weekend for the holiday. And in fact, AAA predicts that roughly 6 million people will be heading in through TSA and hitting the skies. Now, RDU TSA agents, like many other government agencies, went without pay for weeks during the government shutdown. They were several paychecks behind as of this week. And WRAL heard from an RDU TSA agent that they finally got 2 paychecks yesterday, but it's still not the full amount that they were owed. At the same time, the FAA said they'll provide $10,000 bonuses to air traffic controllers and technicians who still came to work and had perfect attendance throughout the government shutdown, despite not being paid. And we've learned only about 5% of those air traffic controllers and technicians will actually be getting those bonuses, meaning 95% of them called off work at least one time. Carly Haynes, WRAL News, live at RDU.
Airline passengers who do not have a real ID will soon have to pay a fee to pass through airport checkpoints. The TSA is proposing an $18 fee for travelers without a real ID. The agency says the fee will cover costs associated with the new technology that is needed to verify a passenger's identity.
So not the strongest start in the stocks that we're showing you. Are you going over to the Christmas parade then? There we go. So showing the stocks right now. It started off as a tough day, but now it looks like in the green with the Dow Jones, 663 points there up. S&P 500 up about 76 points. The NASDAQ up 223. Looks like the stock market's starting to rebound and make some gains after, again, a tough start.
And we're following some breaking news right now on the WRAL Live Center. This is the scene in Florida. A Florida deputy was killed. 2 others were injured while serving an eviction notice. This is a live look at the scene. You can see the crime scene tape up there. This happened in Indian River County. That's in between Orlando and Palm Beach. According to our sister station down in Orlando, the deputies were taken to a hospital. We know at least 1 deputy was killed. Details about their identities or a potential suspect were not revealed. We are expecting officials to hold a news conference coming up in just the next couple of minutes, so I'm going to listen into that, and I'll bring you the latest here in the Live Center.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you for watching that for us, Michelle. Well, the Raleigh Christmas Parade will take over downtown tomorrow morning, and WRAL has everything you need to know ahead of this exciting holiday event.
WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is along the parade route and with what you can expect tomorrow.
The countdown is on. Raleigh Christmas Parade. We're here on Hillsborough Street this morning, of course, one of the areas that's along the parade route here in downtown Raleigh. We'll map out that route here for you. If you can get to the start of the parade early on Hillsborough Street near St. Mary Street, you can always watch the drum lines and bands warm up for a show before the parade. Here's a look at video from last year's Christmas Parade. Another favorite spot where people like to watch is the corner of the state capitol where the parade turns off of Hillsborough and heads down Salisbury. We have a full breakdown of the best spots to watch the parade on WRAL.com. Our weather team expects warmer temperatures this year at the parade compared to last year, but there is still a chance for showers tomorrow. Keep the WRAL weather app handy to stay up to date on the timing of that rain. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News in Raleigh.
And if you can't make it downtown, you can catch all the fun right here on WRAL. Our live coverage starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow on TV and wherever you stream us. It is a celebration you don't want to miss.
Punishable by death. Those are the words that have Democrats upset over President Trump's comments about a video featuring commentary he didn't like. How leaders on both sides are responding to this. That's next.
Degree downgrade. Why the U.S. Department of Education says nursing is no longer a professional degree program, and how that will affect nursing students who need loans.
Thanksgiving travel. We got a preview of just how busy you can expect things to be in the airports next week.
Coming up next, see storms moving in with WRAL's exclusive Dual Doppler 5000, sponsored by the WRAL Weather app. Download now for live radar.
Need CPAP supplies fast? I'm Brandon Giggling, president of Parkway Sleep Health Centers, and we are the Triangle's top sleep provider, offering quick access to the equipment you need for better sleep. Get the right supplies right when you need them. With over 20 years of experience, our expert team is here to help you sleep better, sooner.
Discover why so many trust Parkway Sleep Health Centers for better sleep. Visit parkwaysleep.com now and start your journey to a healthier night's sleep. Parkway Sleep Health Centers. Sound sleep. Sound health.
With the state of today's economy, it is more important than ever to invest in products that last for years to come. As the seasons shift and get cooler, make sure your closet is stocked with durable layers that stand the test of time from American Giant. American Giant's clothes work harder and are wearable season after season. Their greatest hoodie ever made is made of the highest quality materials that are cut and sewn right here in the United States. So you're investing right back into your local community. Choosing American Giant means taking a stand for American manufacturing and hardworking Americans, something other mega corporations don't care about. From fleece to knit, all in a range of colors for versatile daily wear, American Giant delivers everyday pieces designed for everyday life. Feel the difference of quality made-to-last clothes from American Giant. Get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20 at american-giant.com. That's 20% off your first order at american-giant.com with code STAPLE20.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, President Trump says that he wants an answer from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on his 28-point peace plan by Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. He says an extension is possible to finalize these terms. He says, I've had a lot of deadlines, but if things are working well, you tend to extend those deadlines. But Thursday is it. We think that is an appropriate time. Zelensky did respond. His office responded saying that Ukraine had agreed to work on the plan's provisions in a way that would bring about an end to this war.
Michelle, thanks. President Trump is facing scrutiny for inflammatory comments he made on social media. The president accusing several Democrats of, quote, seditious behavior punishable by death. NBC's Peter Alexander shares reaction from both sides of the aisle.
This morning, new security concerns and growing backlash.
We got to lower the temperature.
After President Trump attacked 6 Democratic lawmakers online yesterday, writing, quote, seditious behavior punishable by death. The Democrats, all veterans of the military or intelligence community, had posted a video calling on members of the military to defy what they called illegal orders.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
The Democrats were not specific in the video, but say they've heard concerns from troops about the Trump administration strikes against alleged drug boats near South America and about the use of troops in U.S. cities. The president writing online yesterday, it's called seditious behavior at the highest level. Each one of these traitors to our country should be arrested and put on trial, before saying seditious behavior was punishable by death. And later reposting another user's comment that read, hang them, George Washington would. The White House denying the president called for violence in his posts.
Just to be clear, does the president want to execute members of Congress?
No.
But Democrats say President Trump's words are dangerous.
He's got supporters out there that they listen to what he says.
Michigan Democrat Alyssa Slotkin, who appears in the video, tells NBC News she now has 24/7 security after receiving close to 1,000 threats following the president's posts.
The threat level just went through the roof.
The White House putting the blame on the Democrats.
They are literally saying to 1.3 million active duty service members not to defy the chain of command.
Some Republicans are calling for the rhetoric to come down.
The words that the president chose are not the ones that I would use, okay? Obviously, I don't think that these are crimes punishable by death or any of that, okay? What they did was, I think, unprecedented in American history, and it should be called out. And that's what the president is expressing.
The next human rights report from the State Department will focus on freedom of speech. It's a continuation of the most recent report released in August that alleged human rights issues in allied countries such as the UK, France, even Germany. In Europe, the Digital Services Act was designed to reduce illegal and harmful content online. The State Department says everyone should be able to speak freely. And the Department of Education no longer considers nursing as a professional degree program as it defines it. The new definition could affect students' loan eligibility and forgiveness programs. The American Nurses Association says the move will restrict funding to nursing students, and they say it will contribute to an already existing nurse shortage. The change is set to be implemented on July 1st of next year.
An airport policeman in St. Louis shot and killed a man with a knife when he refused to leave the airport. This happened inside Terminal Number 1 around 1 a.m. Officers told the man he had to leave. He refused and pulled out a knife. Officers used a taser to try and stop the man from approaching them. A second officer fired his gun when the taser didn't work. They worked to save the man, but he died. A Miss Universe pageant contestant claims the crown weeks after overcoming a heated confrontation that went viral.
Miss Universe is Mexico!
The crowd erupted with cheers as Fatima Bosch Fernandez of Mexico was crowned Miss Universe in Bangkok, Thailand. The crowning comes after the chief organizer scolded her for not taking part in promotional activities. She had informed him that her sponsors did not approve some of the demands. She and other contestants who supported her position walked out as the organizer called for security.
Well, there's a special honor for the late actor Chadwick Boseman. He was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday. His wife, Simone Ledward Boseman, accepted that honor on his behalf. Boseman died in 2020 at age 43 after a years-long battle with cancer. And his career included playing notable roles such as Jackie Robinson, James Brown, and the Marvel superhero Black Panther.
We recognize your skill and your devotion, and we cement your legacy as a hero and an icon. You lived with honor and you walked in truth. You are as brilliant as you were beautiful and as courageous as you were kind.
Boseman's brothers attended that ceremony along with actors Michael B. Jordan, Viola Davis, and Letitia Wright.
An incredibly rare Superman comic book is now the world's most valuable. The highest ever graded copy of Superman #1 from 1939 sold at auction for just over $9 million. That is the highest price ever paid for a comic book. A California family was cleaning out their late mother's attic when they found it in a box between some old newspapers. I think we all got to clean out our attics now. See what's up there.
Some might call that find the world's finest. Some comic fan out there will get that, I'm sure, in some regard. Today, the weather maker we're talking about, Elizabeth, the rain we started with, plus the rain we're set to get tomorrow.
That's right. So this system is going to sit over us for a couple of days, and we're going to see waves of rain on and off. And timing these is especially tricky because it's not just one system moving through. We have just waves of rain that are going to move along a front that sits mainly still. So here's a look at Dual Doppler 5000 radar. We had some showers that hung out with us for most of the morning commute. A little bit of rain developing back to the west right now, mainly north and west of Greensboro, up around Mecklenburg County, Virginia. So we have a warm front that lifted northward, but then the next thing that will happen is it sort of becomes a cold front and starts to slide southward, and that's what's going to bring us the rain for tomorrow. In the meantime, we're seeing much warmer temperatures, and we still have enough instability for some patchy rain. So this is right now, and you can see some isolated showers sort of all around us, but not a whole lot of rain here. At 5 o'clock, this version of Futurecast shows us dry, but there's a different version of Futurecast that shows some rain during the evening, so at least be prepared for it. At 11 o'clock, you can see these showers here, and then here's where it gets really tricky. Raise your hand if you're going to the Raleigh Christmas Parade. Everybody's hand in this room just raised. So here's what's tough about this. This is 5 a.m. on Saturday, and you can see the band of rain starting to move into the triangle. It's sitting right over us, right through the viewing area at 7, and then by 9 o'clock, it's done. And at 9 o'clock is when our coverage starts, and the Christmas parade starts around 9:30. So that seems pretty good, right? But the problem is the other one is a little slower, and it doesn't bring the rain in until around 8 or 9 in the morning and lingers it all the way through the Christmas parade. So if you're headed to the Christmas parade, just be sure to take a raincoat. Check in with us first thing tomorrow morning. We'll have new runs of the computer models, and hopefully at that point, they will, have some sort of agreement. Definitely, we're going to see some rain in the morning. The big question is, will it be before or will it be during the parade? Then after that, we'll likely see some scattered storms developing, and these runs of the computer models are also a little bit slower. Mid to late afternoon, some scattered storms will develop. That could affect outdoor events, especially, say, the Duke Carolina game could be affected by that line of thunderstorms. So tomorrow is a WRAL weather alert day for some rain in the morning, possibly during the parade, and a chance of thunderstorms during the afternoon during that big football game. And it will affect the entire viewing area. Let's talk about the Christmas parade forecast. Temperatures are going to be nice and mild. At parade start time, upper 60s. And as the parade ends, we'll see temperatures in the low 70s. And then the Duke and UNC game. We're looking at the potential for some scattered storms, potentially during the game. And it will be warm too. 73 at 3 o'clock and 60 degrees at 7. Let's talk about what's happening right now. We've had some low cloud cover develop across our area. So we're taking a look down toward the Capitol building, and you can see those low clouds. It is 59 degrees, and we just have light wind out there. Temperatures are as warm as 66 in Fayetteville and as cool as 59 up near the Virginia line. Around the Triangle, temperatures are mostly in the upper 50s, and our temperature change is about 5 to 8 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. So it's a little foggy, lots of low clouds out there. Upper 60s to low 70s is what we're looking at for high temperatures this afternoon. And right now, our visibility is about 2 miles in the Triangle. But again, that's not something that's probably going to cause you any problems with traveling around. A quick look at what's headed our way. Now, Sunday looks really nice, but we could see some rain just before travel for Thanksgiving. And we'll talk more about what we're seeing getting closer to that in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. The second act, Wicked for Good, is now in theaters. The challenges the stars overcame during their publicity tour.
Improving road safety, how a new crash test dummy could help car makers design better cars.
Families are about closeness and relationships. At WakeMed Primary Care, we're about relationships too. As for closeness, wherever you are, we're there. With convenient locations and hours, virtual appointments, routine care, preventive care, referrals, and more. All provided by someone who knows you, your health, and your family like no one else. To make an appointment, visit wakemed.org.
We're getting you a live look over at the DBAP, and don't forget, you got the Festival of Lights that's going on there, and it's going to be going on until January 3rd, so get your tickets. You're watching WRAL News, available on Spectrum and the WRAL app on your TV or streaming device. And if you get your tickets for that, get your tickets for this. Wicked for Good. It opens in theaters today.
There have been some bumps in the road on the publicity tour for this, and that includes plane safety issues and a star losing her voice. Mark Barger shows us the last promotional push in New York.
We'll buy a ticket to go see Wicked.
It's a publicity whirlwind that has taken the cast of Wicked for Good around the world.
I'm really proud of the work that we've done. I'm really excited to finally let everybody see it.
This week, it's been New York City's turn.
Both of you are like, it's like a thermonuclear charm bomb has detonated in this studio.
The stars have made multiple laps around the 30 Rock headquarters of Universal.
Corporate megastores are spending millions lobbying D.C. politicians on one-sided policies that send small businesses tumbling. They want to enact harmful credit card mandates that take resources away from your local credit union and community bank, leaving Main Street businesses with less access to credit, making it harder for your family to pay for everyday goods like gas and groceries. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shot in 4K Ultra High Definition. Your #1 source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
A holiday tradition in Durham is being postponed. The Durham tree lighting event was supposed to happen tonight, but now it's being rescheduled. WRAL's Flint Snyder explains what the Border Patrol operation here locally had to do with this.
This tree at CCB Plaza in downtown Durham was supposed to be lit up tonight, but will remain dark until December 6th. Instead, more protests are planned here today against recent immigration enforcement in Durham and across North Carolina. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security announced those operations in our state are, quote, not over and not ending anytime soon. Downtown Durham Inc., the tree lighting's organizer, says they are prioritizing safety and that the decision was made in support of the community and neighbors. Durham County Commissioner Nita Alum agrees with that decision.
CCB Plaza in and of itself has always been like the core of Durham's community. It's a place where Durham community members gather, whether they're grieving, they're organizing, or celebrating. And in this moment when our community is in pain, you know, it deserves that space to be seen and heard.
For now, the tree remains dark. People will have to wait a couple more weeks for this major holiday tradition in Durham. Meanwhile, we're also learning about more demonstrations, similar demonstrations against those immigration enforcement set to happen today. Many of them student-led walkouts happening in Durham and elsewhere, including in Raleigh at Wakefield High School. Flint Snyder, WRAL News in Durham.
President Trump's deployment of National Guard troops to D.C. was unlawful. That's the ruling from a federal judge. The judge ruled the administration lacked the authority under D.C. law to deploy the Guard. The judge also said the administration exceeded its authority by requesting the deployment of out-of-state Guard units. The White House has until December 11th to appeal that ruling.
A U.S. citizen who was shot 5 times by a Customs and Border Patrol agent in Chicago is a free woman. A U.S. district judge dismissed the charges against Miramar Martinez. She was charged with ramming an agent's vehicle last month before he shot her several times. In court, the judge questioned why the victim's car had been kept in Chicago as evidence while the Border Patrol agent was allowed to drive his vehicle 1,000 miles to his home state of Maine.
Ms. Martinez never rammed anybody. These agents hit Ms. Martinez. These agents jumped out and shot Ms. Martinez, a U.S. citizen whose only crime was warning her fellow community members that ICE was in the neighborhood, acting in the way that multiple judges in this building have said is unlawful, and that is not a crime.
And the judge also pointed to text messages sent by the agent, which showed him bragging about the shooting. We are keeping an eye on federal immigration efforts in the Triangle and beyond. Look for updates on how the operation is affecting school attendance, businesses, and how communities are taking action. Go to WRAL.com and search immigration.
Authorities are searching for shooting suspects here locally. Yesterday, there were 2 separate shootings into cars in Wake County. The first one left a man in the hospital. That shooting happened on US 64 near Lizard Lake Road. The investigation closed the road for hours, and deputies identified a person of interest, but that person is not in custody. The Wake County Sheriff's Office is working to learn if road rage played a factor in the shooting. And then you have this one, this new video showing what led up to a road rage shooting in Raleigh. A driver is accused of shooting into this car you see here. It was left with bullet holes, and there was a high schooler inside who was also shot. This happened near Chappadoke Road early yesterday morning, and Raleigh police are trying to identify the shooter's car.
The driver in a crash that killed 3 E. Smith High School students is free on bond. 21-year-old Diamond Monroe appeared in court yesterday for the first time since the crash. Monroe has several rods and pins in her neck and leg, as well as a broken wrist. Prosecutors say she was racing her sister when she lost control. And 3 passengers, all E. Smith High School football players, died in the crash. Monroe is due back in court next month. Today, a benefit will be held for the driver hurt in a deadly crash in Holly Springs. Brandon Russell was badly hurt when his car was hit by an accused drunk driver last month. He suffered broken arms, a ruptured lung, and internal bleeding. He marked his 20th birthday in the hospital and says he has months of recovery ahead of him. The 16-year-old driver of the other car, Ashton Rouse, is accused of being drunk and driving more than twice the speed limit. He was denied bond during a court hearing yesterday. Police say he hit a 14-year-old on a bike before hitting the car Russell was driving. The teen, Max Dunham, on the bike died. Tonight's benefit concert will be held at Max Tavern in Cary from 8 to 11.
A record number of Americans are set to travel for Thanksgiving. Air travel is beginning to return normal just in time for the busy travel week. Here's Maggie Vespa.
This morning, the record Thanksgiving rush is on, with 82 million Americans set to travel, many hungry for a holiday feast with loved ones.
I'm going to go visit my brother in Tennessee.
Yeah, I haven't seen my aunt in over 5 years.
31 million passengers set to fly this week. That surge already hitting a snag, with severe storms and flash flooding overnight wreaking havoc in Texas, rain forcing evacuations and cancellations stacking up.
Made it.
More rain farther west, with millions under flood alerts, water rising in parts of California near Los Angeles. More storms are slated for next week, with possible snow set to slam millions farther east. All of it on the heels of the government shutdown that led to widespread flight delays and cancellations, but some good news for travelers. This morning, United, American, Delta, and Southwest Airlines all tell NBC News they're confident they can handle the holiday rush. Same goes for airports nationwide. Officials asking the public to do their part.
And our message is simple: plan ahead and allow extra time.
Advice echoed by industry analysts who say passengers should download their airline's apps, consider rerouting connections around severe weather, and keep a change of clothes just in case.
Tempers may be short, so leave extra time for any hiccups to happen.
Most travelers are expected to hit the roads, with at least 73 million people driving to their Thanksgiving destinations.
Improving safety, what the DOT is using for the first time in crash research tests.
And whacked windshield. Here are the 911 call that described the bizarre cause of this giant hole. Just a reminder, you should download the new WRAL weather app and plan ahead. Turn on those alerts to get notified about severe weather in your location. It's free wherever you download your apps.
DC politicians want to enact harmful credit card mandates that could take away your cash back and rewards points. Perks that stretch your budget and make life a little easier. Losing these benefits means less money for your family's everyday essentials like gas and groceries. The perks you rely on could disappear, leaving you with higher costs and fewer options. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
The Transportation Department has unveiled a new female crash test dummy. The new dummy's shape and response in a crash are based on women's bodies. This will help car makers understand how seatbelts, airbags, and other parts of a vehicle affect female drivers. A bipartisan group of Senate lawmakers had pushed for this change, saying it would improve women's safety overall. An eviction battle involving a 91-year-old woman is brewing in central New York. The state wants to kick her out of her home to clear the way for a semiconductor facility near Syracuse. Azalea King, now a widow, has lived in the home for 60 years. She previously reached an agreement with the county to allow her to live in her house on that tract of land until her death. Now the county is attempting to seize her property through eminent domain. The company offered the family a new deal, which they are reportedly considering.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, we continue to follow that breaking news out of Florida this afternoon. One Florida deputy was killed. 2 others were injured after a shooting at this home. This is the video of the scene, live picture of the scene right now. This is Indian River County in between Orlando and Palm Beach. We know that 2 deputies were taken to the hospital. Details about their identities and a potential suspect have not been revealed yet. Governor Ron DeSantis was made aware of the shooting. He says he is monitoring the situation. He says there's a lot going on. Just know Florida Department of Law Enforcement is engaged, working with the sheriff and local community. We will hope for the best results out of that. Officials are expected to hold a news conference with more information. Again, we know 1 deputy was killed, 2 others in the hospital this afternoon.
I know that's a case of them serving an eviction notice, but we've had issues here with deputies and officers serving warrants and having some pretty unfortunate outcomes. Thank you for following that story, Michelle. Now, this next story is not something you see or hear every day. Look at right here, this windshield. Giant hole was actually made after a bald eagle dropped a cat. A woman was driving along Highway 74 near Bryson City in Swain County when that cat made, well, the impact there on the passenger side. Listen to the 911 call.
You may not believe me, but I just had a bald eagle drop a cat through my windshield. It absolutely shattered my windshield. I do believe you, honestly. Okay, I had a witness. He's like, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, really?
Now, the driver wasn't hurt, but the cat did not survive.
Computer-generated meals? It's a thing. How new tools could make planning your family feast easier.
And if you look outside, you will notice it is a cloudy afternoon, and tomorrow we could have a chance of some lightning. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is coming up with details about tomorrow's WRAL Weather Alert Day.
Honestly, most radio just isn't that interesting. It sounds manufactured, commercialized, like it was made in a lab or something. Hey, it's Chris. I'm here because I think we've built something better. It's called That Station. We play almost 3,000 songs, have an app with custom channels, live studio performances, and play real music for real people, just like you. It's radio for the rest of us. Join our community now. Download our free app or visit thatstation.net.
DC politicians want to enact harmful credit card mandates that could take away your cash back and rewards points. Perks that stretch your budget and make life a little easier. Losing these benefits means less money for your family's everyday essentials like gas and groceries. The perks you rely on could disappear, leaving you with higher costs and fewer options. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
A big weekend for college football in the Triangle. Duke takes on UNC tomorrow afternoon in Chapel Hill. The Blue Devils took home the victory bell last year against the Tar Heels. This will be UNC head coach Bill Belichick's first time as a coach in this rivalry. Kickoff is scheduled for 3:30. And NC State will also be at home tonight. The Wolfpack will be taking on Florida State at Carter Finley Stadium. Kickoff is for 8 p.m. There's a doubleheader of NFL football on Fox 50 on Sunday. It starts at 1 p.m. with the Minnesota Vikings in Green Bay to play the Packers. Then at 4:25, it's an NFC East rivalry game as the Dallas Cowboys host the Philadelphia Eagles. After that, turn it over to WRAL for Sunday Night Football. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will play the LA Rams. Coverage begins with Football Night in America at 7. Kickoff is at 8:15.
All right, here it is. A fun list of events to tell you about this weekend.
It's time to take a look at WRAL's Out and About Best Bets. We begin with a yearly tradition tomorrow night in Raleigh. We're talking Christmas at North Hills. It will include crafts, a chance for kids to meet Santa, and the lighting of a 41-foot tall Christmas tree. That will be at North Hills Commons from 4 to 7 tomorrow night. WRAL is a proud media partner of the tree lighting. Ken Smith will be there with Santa for the special countdown.
And local runners are preparing for the long haul this weekend. Tomorrow is the start of the Oakwood 24 Run Walk. And this year's event is happening at a new location, Lakeside Retreats. It raises money for Healing Transitions. And if you don't know, that's a Raleigh-based program helping people overcome addiction. And for more weekend best bets, you can go to WRAL.com and search Out and About.
And this weekend is your last chance to check out Moonlight in the Garden at the J.C. Ralston Arboretum. The event includes a stroll through the garden, live music, and even a chance to roast marshmallows on a fire pit. Tickets are available on the Arboretum website. Tomorrow is the last day of the event.
A Durham holiday celebration is happening right now. The Festival of Lights got started last night at the DBAP, and you can stroll through thousands of twinkling lights synchronized to festive music and meet Santa and make some s'mores. Right now, obviously, it's a little light, can't see them, but the show begins when the night comes. The show runs until January 3rd, but you can find ticket information on WRAL.com.
Look at all these holiday events planned for this weekend. And yes, we need rain, but of course, this is when rain's coming through.
Oh, the timing of this couldn't really be worse. We did have some rain this morning, and then it tapered off. We do still have some rain that's developing back to the west, so we have the potential to see a few isolated showers for this afternoon. And then tomorrow, it is likely that we're going to have rain in the morning. It may be before the parade, it may be during the parade. If you're planning to head to the parade, make sure you take along your raincoat or your umbrella, and be sure to check with us. We'll be on the air here here at 6 a.m., letting you know how it's looking. Right now, it's looking very gray and a lot of low cloud cover. Here's a look at North Hills. Not a lot of drizzle out there right now, but again, we're tracking this next band of rain that's back to the west, and that may swing through here and bring us some showers as we get through the evening commute. Tree lightings for this evening. There is a small chance. We're going to have a 20% chance that we'll have some rain for this evening in Raleigh and in Waverly Place at Cary. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s, so it's going to be nice and mild. And then tonight, Florida State plays at NC State at 8 o'clock. Again, just about a 20 to 30% chance of rain. I'd take the raincoat or umbrella just to be safe, but I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of rain tonight. Temperatures, again, will be in the mid-60s. Weather alert day is for tomorrow. We're looking at rain and storms, rain potentially in the morning, and a line of thunderstorms later in the day, which is really going to be the biggest issue. If we have those band of thunderstorms coming through while people are at the Carolina Duke game, there could be some lightning, which could be very dangerous. But anything that you're doing outside tomorrow, later in the day, when the thunderstorms come through, could be dangerous. Let's back up and talk about the rest of the day today. Again, the potential for an isolated shower later on this evening. There's 11 o'clock with a little bit of rain. This is a look at the faster run of the model, where we have rain moving into the area at around 5 a.m. and at 7 a.m. it's raining, and at 9 o'clock it's out of here. But we have another model that's really just as trustworthy that has that rain right, starting at around 9 and moving out around noon. So again, if you're headed to the Christmas parade, take along your umbrella and check in with us first thing tomorrow morning. A few scattered storms could pop up as we get into the mid to late afternoon, and that could be concerning again for a stadium full of people watching a football game. So again, keep your eye on what's happening with the weather. In the morning for tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures being nice and mild. Parade start time in the mid to upper 60s, and at the end of the parade around 72. And tree lightings for Saturday should be absolutely fine. We're going to see that line of thunderstorms move through, should be out of here by around 5 or 6. Fayetteville, Fitton, and Cary and North Hills all looking at evening temperatures in the low 60s. And so the tree lighting should be just fine tomorrow evening. Forecast rainfall totals anywhere from 0 to maybe a half an inch of rain. We're not looking at a lot of rain between today and tomorrow. We jump ahead to take a look at Thanksgiving. Rain is possible mainly Tuesday into Wednesday. Thanksgiving is trending a little bit drier. It's 6 days away. But look at Wednesday. You can see the rain first thing in the morning, moving out during the afternoon. And then that may be it. We could see some rain starting late on Tuesday night into Wednesday. If you're traveling on Tuesday or Wednesday, it could be an issue for you. On Wednesday is hurricanes for the holidays, and we're broadcasting that on WRAL.
Yeah, make sure you watch. Okay, so earlier we asked you, do you think Elphaba and Galinda's friendship will fall apart and wicked for good?
60% of you say no. You have faith that the two will persevere and stay friends. 40% of you saying yes.
Oh, holiday help ahead. New AI tools are stepping into the kitchen this Thanksgiving. How it's promising easier planning and happier eaters.
As we wrap things up, here's a look at a few of the headlines we're following today. Some students in Durham are showing their opposition to Border Patrol operations in the Triangle. Around 100 people are gathered at CCB Plaza this morning to protest. Students from J.D. Clement Early College, the Durham School of the Arts, and Southern High School have been among the demonstrators.
And tonight's Durham tree lighting, it's postponed, and this is in response to recent immigration operations and protests. Durham city leaders say this decision was made over safety concerns. Protests are also expected to happen later today in Durham. The tree lighting is now scheduled for December 6th.
The driver in a crash that killed 3 E.E. Smith High School students is free on bond. Diamond Monroe appeared in court yesterday for the first time since the crash. She has rods and pins in her neck and leg, as well as a broken wrist. Prosecutors say Monroe was racing her sister